eh?
Yes, they're quite big.
How exciting.
Very exciting.
That is very cool.
Yes.
They obviously sharpen the skates, I'm guessing as well.
Yeah, I asked.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
that's
helpful.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Kind of a helpful thing. Yeah, so if you're comfortable with that dynamic, then I'll definitely give you my card as well, so you can follow along and watch
Yes.
when it goes on there too.
Wow. It's just I have so much respect for people that take time out of their day to inspire others. Yeah.
You know, I would probably say, in my experience, a lot of the insights or ideas that I have probably come about, one, because of experience, of course, but in the midst of experience, I would also say it's also those who have been patient and given me the time of day to try and sort stuff out too. I appreciate that too. You know, that's a really sacrificial thing to do.
I mean, to me, it's like, well, everyone should be giving everyone the patience, the time of day to be listening to what they have to say, right? So it's
Sure.
like, you know, you're thanking me for, I'm like, I'm so shy because it's not like a big deal in that way. But I guess when you say it in that way, that, like, you know, it's going out of your way to give someone the time of day to talk to you, inspire them. It's like it's a two-way road, like inspiration, really. It's
I like how you said,
inspirer,
yeah.
the one being inspired, letting them in.
Absolutely, and I like how you're saying going out of the way, because it reminds me when I was like in university, I had quite a few friends who were Asian students coming to learn English. I was working at a grocery store at that time. Oh yeah, you're smiling because you want one. And I was working at a grocery store, but I remember the friendships I made with these individuals, especially who were coming from a different country. I didn't realize the significance of it till after the fact, when they were telling me, but they're like, we've never, because we would spend time at their homes afterwards. I'd go visit them on my shifts, that kind of thing. Friendships evolved. But the thing that they were saying really was the catalyst and jump-started that whole appreciation on their part was, Halley, that someone took the time out to slow down, listen, try to understand how they're like figuring out the language going forward patiently. That was a huge thing. And then it made me think about the kind of environment or society in which we live in, which, for no fault of our in individuals, but just the collective nature, we're just always on the go, you know?
Yeah.
And we're always like really busy. And so to extend that kind of patience, slowing down and trying to understand, trying to listen before you speak, trying to pursue comprehension, it's not necessarily infused in the fabric of how we communicate, and perhaps is a contributor of why a lot of people struggle with feeling that sense of isolation even while they're amongst their friends, because no one's actually listening, no one's actually feeling like time slowed down enough for them to be able to get to the place where they're comfortable to share their mushy parts on the inside and saying, actually today I'm really anxious, or today I'm really like sad, or today I'm really thrilled, or whatever else it is. So when you ask someone, how's it going? Good. That's about it.
Yeah.
And where I've had to catch myself in a very intentional way, when people are like, how's it going? I'm like, there's a few moments of silence where I'm like, let me just check internally first and say, where have I been? What have I been doing? What's going on the inside? So I can give a reflective answer, not to spill my guts, but just to say, for example, if I've had a hard time, it's been a rough season for me. I'm going through some tough stuff, but thank you for asking. You know, there's a genuine response there, isn't there? Which I find is really compelling for a lot of individuals.
It's that kind of humanity I really missed, for sure. I wouldn't call myself extroverted, like maybe like a mixture, because it really does depend on the mood or the time of day. But
yeah,
when it comes to like situations like this where, like, you know, we're already in the same car, like, then of course, like, my time is yours for sure.
Sure.
But it's just, I didn't realize how much I needed, like, to be in contact with other humans to remind me of how human I am too, and more so than just that selfish way, even though it's completely justified, right? More so than that selfish way, it's like I kind of miss also like the opportunity to like influence somebody else's day and you know make it better, because like I don't know why I do it actually. Like I just like the feeling of making other people's days better. Like it's just the best. I don't know how to explain it. It feels good. I'll keep on doing it. Kind of thing. Yeah, that was a bit of a ramble.
That's okay. No, I appreciate it.
It came straight out of the heart.
Here's what I was hearing. There's an investment that you're choosing to make. Instead of investing your energy into stuff, material things like money or stuff which can't comfort you, you're making your investment in those who it can be reciprocated back and forth, which brings a tremendous sense of purpose when you hear, hey, this is why this is meaningful. And then on some deep level, you guys can actually relate with each other in a way you can't relate with stuff, where you're like, I know what that feels like when I had that experience, or I know what it feels like when it's like nice to be seen for what you're contributing, or along the way. Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
You nailed it. Hit it on the nail.
Excellent.
That's the way to say it.
Yeah, so do you feel comfortable signing the consent form then? Okay. No, yeah, like I say, it's just one of those things I like to make sure I put in the right place, just so that everyone's on the same page for why we're doing this, you see?
Yep.
What is your current year of study that you're in?
I am in second year of engineering. Hold on, my mind can't really focus on.
That's okay. Carry on. Today is 27th.
27th.
Saturday the 27th, yeah.
I am 19, so that's great. Okay. Is that all in? Yes. Or
Awesome.
Is there something in the back?
Oh, that's just some scrap paper that I have on,
see.
because I'm a scrap paper king.
Right. Very environmentally responsible.
I kind of am, I guess.
That's one thing to say.
So, here's a challenging question for you to consider. What would you say would be close to the core of your identity of who you are?
Oh God! Wow.
It's a challenging question.
It is. It definitely is.
And then I'll critique it.
Okay.
Not to make you feel anything less than, but more so to challenge.
It's because
yeah.
I feel the reason why that's so challenging is because like you see yourself in more dimensions than just one, and then you all of a sudden have to say it in such a concise way, like you have to wrap up all your personality. But
yeah,
I don't know, I do feel like something ties back into all of this mess that I am, and I feel like part of that is I think the thing tying everything together is almost like a thirst for knowledge. I guess like wanting to know more about the world we live in and understand why things happen the way they do. I guess that's why I really like engineering and that kind of field, because you kind of like dissect the problem, like to death, like you know, every single reason why possible, why something could happen, this or that. And that's just so fascinating to me. I guess that's why I'm studying that kind of thing. So I guess I would say the thing that wraps everything of why I do everything, why I meet people, things like that, is to like understand the world better, and then that's just the self, right? And then extend it into outside of myself by applying that in ways that I could potentially help the world. It's very, very general. It's like almost like a shot in the dark, but I'm hoping it takes me somewhere.
So basically, in essence, you're saying you intake to be able to give back.
Yeah.
You study, try to understand, so you can serve those without in a specific way.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So then your identity and your perspective is
It's a transformer. I
transformer.
don't know.
I like that word, transformer.
I'm also like, I don't know, maybe I'm really creative in a way because I make like different, I just love like physical touch, like feeling something that I've made and like seeing the beauty of it, things like that.
So something about this question for me, I'm not sure if this is appropriate, so feel free to push back on it, touches on the idea of worth again.
Sorry.
Of worth, your worth. So your identity kind of being tied into your worth, right? And so hearing your answer there, which I can totally resonate with when you're saying, hey, I want to use my skill set, my abilities to be able to not only enjoy and understand, but also to give back as well. So your mind is what I was saying as the common theme there. If we were to take your mind away, say something happened where some disease came and started like consuming your mind, would that take away from your identity?
Because then I'd placed all my worth on being able to give back that I couldn't appreciate myself without doing it. And wow,
Does that make
coming out of my mouth, I'm like, that's kind of how I feel right now because I constantly berate myself for being underskilled to provide back to the world when really I'm just trying my best.
Right. And not only that, but we want to hold it consistent to every other element too. Are those who can't give back any less worth?
Yes.